Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio, everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today we are going to be updating the tier lists with the 6th anniversary part 2 units. We're going to be chucking in Mia, Tione, and Tiona into the adventure tier list. And of course, Gareth will go into the assist tier list. On top of that, at the end of this video, we will also be checking out what the Japanese players think about these 4 units and where do they place them in their tier list. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and let me know in the comment section down below, where would you guys place these 4 units? Would you place them higher up or somewhere in the middle, double S, S, somewhere around there? Let me know in the comment section down below. Before we get into this video, one more thing I would like to point out is that earlier today, I uploaded a video on Danmachi Battle Chronicle. We are 1 month away from the release of the game. So, of course, if you guys could go and show some love on that video, it would be truly appreciated. Hit that like button. You don't need to watch it. You can just leave that like button and, smash that like button. I should say, not leave it alone. Hit that like button, and obviously that way you can support the channel tremendously. You don't even have to watch the entirety of the video. Just leaving a like is always truly appreciated. Now, let's start off with the adventures. And let's see where I would place them. Now, first and foremost, I think the easiest one to judge out of these 3 is Tione. Tione will go straight into double S, and I would say somewhere in the middle of double S is where I would place her, most likely not higher up, not low down. I'd say, in all honesty, she's very much alongside Riveria in terms of where I would place these units. What Riveria has is that she's a great supporting unit, but she doesn't have the damage. The water team is fantastic, but unfortunately, Riveria herself is a very finicky record buster unit. Whereas Tione, on the other hand, is the opposite. She's a really solid, earth magic record buster unit. The problem is that there's no earth magic record buster team to kind of support, right? Outside of the Xenos reverse Lafia, which I have right here, you pair these two alongside one another, but then you don't have a third unit. And then obviously the 4th unit, you could probably run something like, Nine-Tailed Manifestation Haruhime, and you can get away with it. But if you think about it, right, there's not many other options beyond Lafia in terms of earth magic. Obviously, thanks to Gareth, you are able to run a sort of like a hybridized team, but if you look at Record Buster or any other form of PvE content, it's always better to go mono element. Mono element is always the direction you should be going. Hybridizing a team always leads to potential problems, especially because you don't have the cohesive assists for them, or not necessarily you can get the maximum damage from these units. It becomes a little bit of a problem, and it's the same reason why you can't even run earth physical / magic together, right? I wouldn't run Otaral with Tione or Tione with Lazar, for example, the earth Lazar that's record buster as well, because you're gonna have to try and micromanage the whole idea of, okay, we need P-Res down, we need M-Res down, we need S-Tier to all allies, we need magic to all allies. Okay, that's a lot of problems right there, right? You need 4 different types of assists there and there alone, right? So it becomes a little bit of a problem there, and as a result, hybridized teams don't necessarily work. I do believe that if we were to get another maybe earth magic unit down the line, maybe in the next month or 2, or maybe for example at the end of August when we get Argonaut Volume 2, say Fina comes around and she's earth magic, I don't think we'll have a problem here whatsoever. But right now, I wouldn't necessarily say that, she's in the best spot, because of course her team around her isn't good enough, in all honesty. And that's not really her fault. As an individual unit, I would still place her in double S, because record buster unit, right? But at the end of the day, she is being brought down a little bit because her team is not that great, unfortunately. Now, we move into 2 very difficult units to judge, to be quite honest, because on one side you have Mia, who's a fantastic stall unit. I've been using her a little bit. Of course, if you haven't checked out my showcases for both of these units, you should go and check them out. I used Mia to a decent effect. I feel like I was able to use her quite nicely and in great positions, to be quite honest. I was able to get some quite nice wins and stuff like that. But I don't know her enough to judge her whether or not she's capable of breaching the triple S tier alongside Otaral. I need to see a little bit more from her. And one thing I'm going to definitely do, right, is I'm going to talk to some more people. I'm going to see what the JP players are rocking. I actually want to see what the JP players have ranked Mia as, to be quite honest, because if Mia is quite high up, maybe I might be swayed towards another decision. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. That being said, though, Mia, what I do know about her is that her PvE side of things is not bad whatsoever. She can get some good power in from a PvE standpoint as well. She is able to deal some relatively decent damage. Of course, we tested her out in heroic trials because we had no other PvE stage, but she was able to fare really, really well in my personal opinion. And alongside the other Earth physical units like a Toril and stuff, not bad at all. I really, really like her. I do think that she's definitely a certified top tier SS unit. Just a question of, can she breach Triple S is the real question. On the other side, we have Tiona, who I couldn't judge completely because she was only +2 for me. But even at +2, the amount of damage she was pulling off and the amount of damage I know she can pull off even in PvE contents, let alone PvP contents, a part of me wants to put her in Triple S. A part of me wants to put her in Triple S. I'm not certified yet on whether or not, I'm not sure yet. I'm not assured whether or not I should put her in Triple S. But a part of me wants to put her right there, right? For now, at least. For now, I want to put her there because the little I've used of her, and obviously using her at +2, mind you, not even +3, not +4, +2. The amount of damage I was able to see from this Tiona was very much impressive. It was very, very impressive. And I think if you pair her alongside, let's say, for example, this Argonaut, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that duo is a little bit of a monster duo in all honesty, and it's a team I want to see more of, and it's a team I want to probably test out a little bit more. The only thing I wish I could do as well, maybe that would help me understand her a little bit more, is probably if I had her at a higher mid break alongside Argonaut as well, and I could test some teams out and see how they would perform, because part of me wants to put both of these two in Triple S as well, and I'm gonna make that change to Argonaut as well. I am moving up Argonaut and Tiona both into Triple S. I think they're really, really solid. I just need to, identify more. I've been hearing things about Argonaut quite a bit, and a lot of people are using Argonaut. Hence why I'm pushing him up a lot more than than he was last time around. Because I feel like ever since then, I've been able to learn more about him and see how good he's performing. But Tiona as well has really impressed me. It's the other way around. I thought Mia was gonna be the more impressive one, but Tiona has ended up impressing me way more. But it's also because I had lower expectations from Tiona. I wasn't sure. The numbers were there. Yeah, you can have the numbers, but there's only so much numbers can do if the rest of your kit is not good enough. But I feel like she's able to show that, her kit is solid. Her kit is very, very solid. But yeah, you guys can let me know. Do you guys think I'm being a bit too generous with Tiona? You guys can let me know in the comment section, because I feel like if I put Tiona in Triple S, right, there's a couple of other units in here that I can also put in Triple S. So it's a little bit uncertain. We'll come back to that. Maybe towards the end, if I see what the Japanese players think and they're like, okay, maybe Triple S, and whatnot, we'll switch it around. But Tiona, very impressive PvE wise, very, very impressive PvP wise as well, in my personal opinion. All right, now in terms of the assists, I think this is a very easy one. You guys already know the way I judge my assists. If you're the best of your kind, you go into Triple S easily. You're well worth it. Minus 25% Earth Res, and I think it was God Rate, and 25% Dark Attack damage and Counter Rate. Very solid. Again, it kind of incentivizes that hybridized team I was talking about with, Tione, Sword of Rotoria 10 Eyes, and so on and so forth. And it's great for PvE, but of course, it's not a perfect assist by any means of the imagination. If we were to look for the perfect assists in this list, I don't think there would be one. We have to kind of judge these assists both from a PvE standpoint and a PvP standpoint. You can't merge the two together because it's very rare for us to get an assist that's good in both, More often than not, assists are good in one spot or another spot, basically. It's not like adventures where you can be good in both areas, like for example Light Bell, Otaril, Hero Festa Ryu, Hero Festa Elise, and so on and so forth, right? So that's the reason why I have my Triple S tier for assists so bloated up. It's because there's a good blend of assists that are really good for PvP and assists that are really, really good for PvE as well. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this. But yes, I put Gareth in Triple S. I think he deserves to be there. He's really, really solid in terms of being a great PvE assist. And I think, if you're running something like an Earth physical team or a Dark physical team or whatever it may be, dark magic, earth magic, whatever, right? You'll be able to take advantage of him tremendously. Very, very solid assist. Very, very, very solid assist. Now, JP tier list time. Let's check out what the JP players have to say about these 4 units. I want to say that they will probably, just to give a guess, I think Mia will be double S in PvP, S in PvE. Tiona will be triple S in PvP and double S in PvE. Garrett will be like A in PvP, sorry, A in PvP, triple S or double S in player versus enemy content, PvE content. Tione, triple S in PvE, and A in PvP. I think that's how they're gonna judge it as. Let's see. So if we scroll down, oh, okay, let's break it down. Let's break it down a little bit right here, all right? So Garrett, they've given B for PvP, and player versus enemy, they've given double S. Okay, fair. You have to remember that they're a little bit harsh when it comes to these these assists, right? So their double S is like my triple S, basically. Mia is a triple S in PvP, and PvB is S. I need to look at what they've written about Mia, because triple S is a lot. And the fact that they haven't given Tiona double S, fair enough. Tiona's double S, which makes sense. I agree with that, to be quite honest. Outside of the, I thought they would have gone for triple, triple S on PvP, which makes me want to put her down to double S as well, and Argonaut as well. We'll come back to them. Maybe I can have a bit of a live discussion about where we place them on this Friday's live stream, because this Friday is going to be a very chill live stream. We might do some tier list shenanigans then. Tione is B and double S, kind of expected. So let's check out Garrett first and foremost, and let's see what they've written about him, because what they've written, if they've given us a bit more insight onto why they positioned them, that'll be great. All right, so Garrett is an assist character who can support 2 types of attributes, a 25% decrease in earth res and 25% dark damage as well, by breaking the limit to max. Of course, this is max limit broken. The earth res debuff has a maximum 25% decrease, so this is the biggest that is there. And of course, Lena, there's a Lena that gives minus 20% earth res, so this is much higher than that, of course. I say much higher, it's 5% more. And the dark attribute damage is 25%, which is of course much higher than some of the other ones. There's a Seer and a Chloe, I think. Is that a Chloe? Warrior God Curly. I have no idea who Warrior God Curly is. there can be so many Curlys out there. I don't know. In addition, in score-based quests where you want to do as much damage as possible, max counter rate buff as of 20th July, 25% max counter rate. That can be given to all allies is very attractive. Even if you focus on the status, it seems that there are a few opportunities to team up, as well as being active in both physical and magic earth attribute parties and dark attribute parties. But the aptitude mix parties of earth darkness is also high, so it can be used for Record Buster and 7 Zone as well. So yeah, basically they're saying what I've said in terms of like you can't be too active with physical magic, but in terms of earth dark teams like magic or dark physical, you can do that really well. So it wouldn't be a bad shout to have Garrett for those areas. Next, we'll take a look at Mia. I want to see what they say about Mia. Of course, I think they're probably going to refer to the whole barrier thing, which I think is strong, but I don't think it's triple as strong, to be quite honest, based on my testing. The first adventure who can grant a barrier to all allies with an additional action. First technique, Titan's Roar, which can be activated quickly, increases endurance and god rate by 100%, and this is fast. It's a fast ability, by the way. It increases the strength, magic, dexterity. Oh, sorry, it debuffs. The STR magic, agility, dexterity, critical rate, penetration rate of all enemies by 40%. Let's talk about the 100% buff and god rate. It is the maximum value that can be given from a move from an adventure, so it's great for stall teams, they've said. And along with that, they've also said that, you know, debuffing the agility with the maximum amount, 40% across any unit. But that being said, there are like 50 units that can do minus 40% agility now. But this being a fast ability is very, very nice, and it is a good option to send it as a normal physical party or a fast attack party that launches attacks from the first turn addition. It goes without saying that the HP recovery effect attached to the additional action of which is the earth physical attack, and the effect of increasing the status of all enemies are reduced for 3 turns. So yeah, they're saying that that is also very, very good. Okay. Since the barrier of effect of Hero Festa characters can be applied to all allies, the durability of the party can be greatly improved. However, since the performance of the additional action is very powerful, it is only one additional action. It's not multiple than that. If you choose an action other than the tactical addition of repeatedly hitting move 1, the movement after the third turn will be weak. Technique 1 to 2 can aim to reduce the enemy status increase effect by up to 5 turns. The main weapon technique, Smash to Smithereens, it says Fine Dust Crushing, close enough, has the power to further strengthen its own firepower and endurance, increases the power or the damage of Earth attribute attacks, the heal amount by 70%, and reduces damage of AoE and single target attacks by 60%, and also reduces status increase effects of all enemies by 2 turns. They also go on to talk about the whole reduction and turns. It's only 5. It's a slow physical attack, so you have to be careful as well. And yeah, as of 20th July, all the adventurers buffs in Danmemo are at most 6 turns long. So unless you reapply the buff, you can expect this effect to be the same as canceling a buff. So that's why I'm saying, like, her set is really good. It's just that the slow attack is what kills it, kind of, in all honesty. For that reason, you can easily create an advantageous situation by making her incapacitated before she activates move 2, organizing adventurers who can extend the effect of increasing the status of all allies, or skillfully activating the effects of protective archer Chigusa or Anya from the rear guard. So yeah, they've given a lot of credit. I think it didn't seem like it was that crazy, but I think they were doubling down on the whole fact of being able to cancel the enemy buffs technically. The first unit that is not a Hero Festa or even just a normal unit that can give barriers to all allies as well, which is amazing. So yeah, I can see that being the case. Here, it is going to be very interesting to see what they say about Tiona now. This is going to be very, very interesting. I think Tiona, they're going to give it a lot of love to here. Fighting Twin Blades, Tiona's main weapon technique, Furious Flow, which can acquire additional actions, can remove the status buff effect of Fire, Lightning, and Dark Res of all enemies. And it can increase the damage up to 320% if the conditions are met. Of course, this is something I've been talking about. Her damage numbers are insane. So the only units that can remove attribute resistance on skill is Alicia, who can remove light, and she does light magic. And then I think it's Eyes, Princess Revenge Eyes of dark magic, and only magic attack type adventurers, so it can be expected to play an active role as a valuable attacker. Especially in PvP battles, the adventurers who increase the above attribute resistance include Ryu, Valletta, and Hero Festa Ryu, I think it is, which can be given to all allies, etc., which are also limited to the Hero Festa. In addition, the additional action of Dark Attribute physical attack can be increased up to 320%, but the effect of decreasing the physical res and increasing damage taken by all attacks must be debuffed by the enemy. So what they're saying is here is effectively the enemy has to deal these debuffs, and therefore in an enemy battle, in a PvE content, it seems that you can attack with a basic maximum of 160% increase. Skill 1 into Skill 2 greatly strengthens the Dark Attribute physical attack of the additional action. Shadow Task, which can be activated quickly, increases your firepower and dexterity by 70%. So STR is what they're saying by firepower, by the way. Increases Dark Attribute damage by 100% and has a maximum physical res debuff if you choose a strategy action that can allow you to move from skill 1 to skill 2. The above buff can be added to the Dark Attribute attack of the additional action as it is. So if you organize an assist with the Dark Res debuff or an effect that it increases power, STR, or Dark Attribute damage, you can expect considerable damage. However, although it is possible for skill 1 to skill 2, so-called follow-up, which is easy to target first, your own agility status is not relatively high, and there is no buff debuff related to agility. So be careful on the order of action you're depending on the party you're fighting. Again, they point out a very similar flaw that I pointed out, wherein effectively Tiona, in this situation, her skills, right? If you look at any of these skills, they don't have anything that adjusts the agility of her at all. She doesn't debuff the enemy's agility, she doesn't buff her own agility, she doesn't cancel enemy agility buffs, so it becomes a little bit of a problem in that regards. But she's still very strong, she's still able to deal damage, and I think that's why they like her a lot. I think the agility thing is what's stopping them from giving her triple S, I think, more so than anything else. So there you go. Now, Tione is very interesting. Let's see what they say about her. The starting attack greatly supports the strength of yourself and the earth attack, the earth attribute attacker. So they talk about skill 1 being a great ability to, effectively give allies a dexterity and earth attack damage buff, which is of course the maximum you can give to from any character, of course. So that 60% is really solid, I suppose. And then she also gives herself 100% magic and counter rate as well, the highest that can be given from a skill as well. So I think this is very solid. I mean, they're kind of gassing it up, being able to help support units and stuff like that. They also go on to talk about how it's like life, assisting samurai life. Very nice. I like how it's assisting samurai life. I don't know who that is, by the way. And Daphne, both of whom are mainly attacking characters. So Tione will be adopted in a future. In addition to the additional action of the earth attribute magic attack, you can frequently remove the P-res and magic res of the enemy, which is great against Record Buster Gareth. Of course, next week we are going to be getting Record Buster Gareth 100%. And so Tione is going to be really great because she can remove the magic res and physical res on her additional actions as well, which is fantastic. They go on to talk about some magic res debuffs, earth res debuffs, and so on and so forth. This is very straightforward. I don't need to talk too much about Tione because she's very straightforward, and they kind of go on to talk about how you can use her, which is, I mean, Record Buster, it's very simple, straightforward. It should be, at least. I think we've done a good job here. I think I'm happy with the way I've placed these units. I can easily see Tiona or Mia going up into Triple S. It's just that I feel like if you put them in Triple S, I think you can also put some other units in Triple S as well. And Gareth, I think, is fine there, especially considering his modifiers. But you guys can let me know what you guys think about the tier list. Do you guys agree with it, disagree with it? Do you guys think that there should be some things higher, some things lower? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.